So we just got back from having churros y chocolate. Kids loved it. And we are on our way back home. And of course there's the Cathedral of Oviedo. They literally dropped off the garbage cans and picked it up with our garbage like within 2 hours. There's like no garbage on the streets ever or in these apartments because they get picked up every night. That's the best system I've ever seen. That's awesome. So now somebody else comes and gets the garbage cans and they take them away. You see those there? They already emptied them. Now they'll take them away. They'll be gone for the day, and then tomorrow night they'll put them out again. Some of you have gotten behind in our videos because we've been making so many, and you're probably wondering, where in the heck in the world are we now? We are in Oviedo, Spain, in the province of Asturias. That's in northern Spain in the mountains. Many of you have not heard of Asturias and don't know a lot about it because Barcelona, Madrid, southern Spain usually are on top of the list of places that people hear about. But my family is from Asturias. My mom was born in this region and I have family here. So we decided to come so Willow can study at the University of Oviedo and learning Spanish. The University of Oviedo is a regular university, but it's been around since like 1600s, a long time. But they have this department, it's the School of Languages for Foreigners, where students at different universities can come here and learn Spanish and different languages. You can learn Italian, French, and so on. I'm not sure of the whole list, but if you're a younger person and want to spend a little time in Spain, this is a great place to come. Number one, it's very affordable to live here as far as renting. Of course, we have an Airbnb because we're only here 3 months, but I really should have probably rented for a full year a regular apartment because it's so much more affordable. Now, when I say affordable, I always get comments and people start like freaking out and saying that's not affordable or that's affordable. The word affordable is a difficult word to use because what's affordable to one person might not be to another person. But I'm pretty sure for most Americans, this would be an affordable rent if you were to look for rents. And also I find the food, groceries, very affordable as well compared to what I've been spending in Florida or Ohio. Again, affordable is different for different people. If you're from New York City and you go to Kansas, you're going to think it's affordable. If you're from Kansas and you go to New York City, you're going to say, hey, that's like super expensive. If you're from California, San Francisco, and you move to Missouri, you're going to find it to be affordable. And I think you know what I mean. So it all depends. And we have to be careful because I find this happening all the time where people say the United States is expensive. Well, it depends. The United States is huge. So it might be expensive in some areas, but it might be affordable to some in other areas. Just within the same state or the same county, you can have one block that has $1 million houses while you have another block with houses that are about $100,000 or rents that are $10,000 a month versus say $1,200, $1,500 a month in the US. So there's huge differences. And now that we've been traveling outside the United States, I thought I'd do a little research while I'm here in Oviedo, Spain to see about rents. Of course, there's houses for sale, and I'm going to show you a little bit here in a minute. And I am pleasantly surprised by the rents and how much they are. So for us personally, it is very, very affordable. The problem is we can only stay 90 days as Americans with our US passport, but still it's probably more affordable to rent for the full year, stay 3 months, leave, come back 3 months, and it would still be less expensive renting for the full year than even the Airbnb. But I don't even know if that's something I can do as an American citizen. Can I do that? I don't know. I haven't looked into it that much. But I know if you're a student, you can get a student visa, and that's pretty easy. And if you're retired, I know it's not too hard to be able to stay longer. I know there's ways that people can stay longer. But if you want that information, you'll have to do a little Google research. There's a lot of great YouTube channels and blogs that give you information. The thing is, it always changes, so you'll have to look for the latest and updated information. But I want to tell you a little bit about Oviedo, Spain, because some of you are wondering why we don't look Spanish. Some of you look at me and think, you don't look Spanish. That's the thing where history comes in, and you might want to do a little research, and you'll see why some people in Asturias might have red hair, for example, or blonde hair, or blue eyes, or why they might be playing the bagpipes. I'm not going to get into it all because there's so much history, but Google Oviedo, Spain, put Asturias, that's the province that we're in, and you'll get the whole history on how and what happened. We found out while we were in Ireland how the Celtics were here in this area, a long time ago, and then later in the 1500s, I think, the Irish, many escaped when the English came and was taking over many of the castles in Ireland, and they escaped to Spain. So there's a lot of history I didn't even know about that I'm learning. And Oviedo, what I like about it, it's 12 miles to Gijón, which is on the Bay of Biscay, and it's got the beaches and the cliffs and the rocks, and it's really beautiful. And there's a train right here you can get on. It takes you straight there within like 25 minutes, I think. I just got my card for the train. I bought like 20 tickets there and back for the four of us, so we can go there or go to the village where my mom's from and get around. So I have never used a train other than when I was little once, when I was 8 years old here in Spain. So I hope I don't get lost. I hope I don't end up in Italy. Well, I don't mind if I end up in Italy, but I don't know exactly how everything works out. My cousin showed me. I think I know what to do, so when I get on that train, I hope I get to where I want to go. But if all goes well, I could be in Gijón in 25 minutes and see my cousin in 30 minutes and sitting there in the train. I can't wait to try it out. And there's also a train that can take us from here to Madrid, where our plane can leave the international airport. There's an airport not far from here, a smaller airport, if I wanted to leave by plane. But I think we're going to take the train so we can record for you and see some of the countryside, since we decided not to rent a car while we were here. We're going to take advantage of the train. And of course, there's plenty of buses as well, but honestly, I've been able to walk everywhere here, so I haven't bothered on getting on a bus, but I could if I wanted to, if it was raining really hard. But everyone carries an umbrella because it does rain here quite often. So far, it hasn't rained a whole lot. It rained a little bit. It drizzles, nothing major. I noticed there's not a lot of wind here, and I'm thinking it might be because of the mountains that are surrounding the city, but I'm not for sure. I hear that Gijón along the bay is more breezy and windy. So we'll see. We're here for a little while through December. So I hope you stay with us and learn with us, see what's up, see what we discover, because I know there's a lot here and it's very old and very interesting. And if you were wondering, the Kingdom of Asturias began in 720, the year 720. That's old. And I find it very interesting. So you, again, just look it up on the internet and you'll find out lots of information. I'm going to share with you some apartments that you could rent, how much they are. Maybe I'll look at some houses for those of you who prefer living in the countryside. Just something to think about, a place where you could retire. Like I said, it's easier for people who are retired with a steady income, because I think that's something they look for, somebody with a steady income if you're retired, or if you're a student, but you still have to show that you have some type of health insurance and a certain amount of money per month. So if you find that your Social Security is a little on the light side and you're an American, you might want to check out overseas, and you might enjoy living in Spain. And there's different places to live in Spain. This is just one place where I am now with my visiting my family, and like I said, Willow is studying Spanish, and maybe Noah will too. And Spanish is one of the easier languages to learn if you don't know a second language. So you might want to start thinking about learning a second language. You know, our library, and probably your library, has a program or a website called Mango. It's mango.com, I think, but you can get it for free through your library. Just ask. And it's so great for beginners who don't speak the language at all. It goes very slowly and repeats itself and over, and you could really pick up quite a bit. And walking around, I hear a lot of Americans and people from around the world, and a lot of the younger people who live here, they speak a little bit of English. So if you can get a little Spanish in, and you can do a little Spanglish, you know, a little English, a little Spanish, and they kind of understand you, and they're so friendly. They're the friendliest people that I've met. They will go out of your, even though I speak Spanish, it's not great. I understand it perfectly. I could read it. I could write it with help of the dictionary. But sometimes when I speak, there's words I don't know, or I just can't pronounce it. Because when I was a kid, my mom spoke Spanish to us, and we spoke English back, and my dad spoke English to us even though he was Spanish. He was born in the U.S., but his parents were from Spain. He would speak Spanish to my mom, but English to us. So I didn't get to practice like I should have, but I speak well enough to get by. But when I find myself in those situations, I just tell them, hey, you know, no hablo muy bien. I don't speak very well. And they help me out. Oh, and they're so happy to help. And then they are happy to be able to practice their English. A lot of the younger people are learning English in school, so it gives them an opportunity to speak a little English, and that's how it is. And the great thing about this town, where you walk around, you sit at the park, you watch the dogs, you meet the same people over and over. You might want to go to the same few cafeterias, pubs, cafes, bars, whatever you want to call them, and you get to know people. And people are super friendly, and they want to be able to talk to you, and next thing you know, you've got friends. So it's a country I highly recommend. This is my 5th time here, but this is the first time that I spent time in the city. So I hope you will investigate a little bit more about this area, or in Spain in general, and see, because your dollar will go far, as you will find out. Of course, again, Madrid, Barcelona, the big cities, it's going to be expensive. So if you're looking to save money, look for areas that are more affordable. So it's just, I don't know, just another place to think about other than what you might normally think about. So let's go and let me show you some things I found on the internet while I was searching. So if you're interested in living in Oviedo, Spain, in the province of Asturias, you can do a search, or anywhere in Spain or any other country. Idealista, this website here, has right there, you can put in what you're looking for. Since we're in Oviedo, Asturias, Spain, I decided to look for apartments here. Of course, if you're an American citizen, you can only stay in Spain for 90 days with your passport. If you're a student, you can get a student visa, stay longer. There's other ways, but it's not easy to live full-time unless you're retired or a student. But there's ways, and you could do some research if you're interested in living in Oviedo, Spain. But some things to think about are, for example, we used Airbnb, and we use that for traveling quite a bit. But I find it would probably have been more affordable to have rented an apartment for the full year. Of course, I don't know what the details, what needs to be done for me to do that, if I wanted to do that, but I thought I'd show you the costs of apartments in Oviedo. So let's start with a flat here and click on that. This one has 3. This one's quite affordable. Some are furnished, most are not. Most you have to rent for the full year. And again, I don't know how that works as far as not being a Spanish citizen. I just don't know. I haven't gotten that far into looking into it. I just wanted to look for fun, and I thought I'd share with you. So 400 euros, can't find my handy dandy calculator at the moment, but I'm going to say this is about 450 US dollars, 400 euros, but don't quote me on that, just check it out. But you can see 3 bedrooms, 130 square meters, 1,399 square feet. This thing right here is how they don't use water tanks like we use in the United States to heat up the water. I love this. If I ever built a house in the US, I would put one of these in. It's like heat on demand, where your water's nice and hot right away in your shower. So look how nice this looks. This one looks like it's been remodeled. IKEA's big here, so you'll probably see some IKEA furniture. This one's furnished already. I love that it's not all carpeting, because carpeting gets dirty. See, this one has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but it shows you on the map where it is. Usually there's more pictures with the neighborhoods and all that, but again, there's stores and restaurants everywhere you go. If it says you're on the first floor, you're technically not on the first floor. All the stores and restaurants are on the first floor. This one says second floor, so technically you'd be like 3 stories high. Some have balconies, some don't, but this is 400 euros a month. And you only need 1 month deposit. That's pretty good. Because I know in the US sometimes they want first month, last month, and then of course that's like 3 months worth of rent. And usually a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, say in Florida or Ohio, can be around $1,200 to $1,500 a month for a nice place. Of course you could find apartments in the US for a lot less depending where you are, or a lot more. Like in California, you could be looking at $3,000 to $5,000 or even more, depending. But this seems to be very nice, and like I said, all the neighborhoods, even the older areas, seem pretty safe and nice, and you can walk to everything. There's a train station here that takes you to different areas. Here's one. This one's also 400 euros a month. This one's 100 meters. And I said that 100 meters was about 1,076 square feet. Again, you see it's all wood. This one's 3 bedrooms, first floor exterior, so technically it won't be on the ground floor, it's like right above. Look how nice it is. You can see this one doesn't look like it has a dishwasher, but there's a little balcony right there. So you could live here for very little. I find food at the grocery store is almost half. Of course, there's some things that are a little bit more. Clothes, I think, can be more expensive. Not necessarily, but if you're used to shopping at very, affordable, like, I don't know, Goodwill outlets or Walmart or something like that, or super sales at the mall. I don't know if they have that or not, but we went to get jeans today and they were a little expensive. But we needed a pair, so we got them. But as far as food goes, I thought it was very affordable. You see how some of them have bidets, some don't. Our place here does not have a bidet. And this one says it's next to parks and gardens. I tell you, this is a beautiful town. It's got museums. It has a cathedral. If you're following us on Instagram, you could see all the pictures we're posting. So make sure you follow us on both our Instagram accounts. I have the links in the description box. Willow and Noah's Instagram accounts are also there. I don't know if they've been keeping up, but has elevators. Some old buildings don't have elevators, so if that's an issue for you, you have to make sure you check into that. And then, of course, you can look at the map and everything. Let's show you a couple more. It's my grandmother's house that's for sale. So if you wanted to buy a house, this is about 30 minutes on the outskirts. There's a train literally just down the street from this house that takes you to Oviedo or any other town, which is amazing. And now they're building this super fast, one of those, I don't know if they call them bullet trains or just super fast trains right past here. So that's pretty cool. This house here, first time I was in it was in 1976. I was a little girl visiting my grandma. Beautiful house. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. It's going for 99,000 euros. 105 square meters, 4 bedrooms. This is the bathroom, and there's a little like area in the back where my uncle, after she passed away, my uncle would do his shop work in the back. And this is the front room here, and we'd have dinners there. You could just move the rooms around how you want, and you can see how they have the coal stove right here, but they also have the regular stove and oven as well. But there it is. See? And that's the heat on demand I was talking about, kitchen sink. If I were to buy a house, I would buy this one just because it's on the outskirts, it's beautiful, it's roomy, it's on a main street, you can jump on the highway very quickly. But I'm not looking to buy anything at this point in my life, but pretty cool. So if you're interested, just go to this website, Idealista. Matter of fact, I'll just put the link in the comment section so you can click on it directly and check it out some more. Well, I hope you enjoyed the little information I shared with you today. I'll be showing you a lot more different videos on things I've seen, but I wanted to give you a little overview of where I am and all that. Well, thanks for watching. Thumbs up, please share, and don't forget to live a passionate life. So there's a small supermarket on the way home from Willow's school, and the plan is, since we're walking and can't carry a whole lot, is to pick up a few things every day as we pass. Maybe milk one day, paper towels, cereal another day, fruit juice. Like I mentioned before, we just go to the bakeries to get bread and bakery type of things.